Hey, what's going on, my Orange Troopers? My name is Orange Pocket Play /VA, and today we are having a very interesting discussion. Today's discussion is what if Dragon Ball Super Broly happened in GT instead of Super. I almost said Z, lol. But I photoshopped a whole slideshow together for this and just did I just thought this would be a fun little discussion to have. I'm not saying that my theory is 100% correct. This is just for fun. If there's anything that you would have done differently or you think should be changed, let me know in the comments down below. So the first thing, obviously, is that we have to fix the design of our two main characters. The first thing being Vegeta. So, to put it simply, Vegeta needs to have his tail out all the time. It wouldn't make sense for him not to. He needs to be in his normal clothes, like just his clothes that he wears in GT, but give his Z hair back. We need pointy Vegeta hair back, please. Give him his original white gloves opposed to the weird kind of purple ones, but he can keep his purple boots. Those are fine. But yeah, that's all I would really do to Vegeta, although I would change his Sab jacket to be colored the same color as his jean jacket, just as a nice attention to detail to go with GT. And I would have his attitude be a lot calmer now. This is Vegeta after he's accepted himself as, an Earthling, and he's become the guardian of the Earth now that Goku's gone, so I feel like that fits for his character throughout this whole thing, so it's going to be nice to see Vegeta throughout this, this version of the film. As for Goku, he's fused with Shenron and, the dragons, and he watches over Earth from the other world now. I would give him his End of Z clothes, just because they're more aesthetically pleasing. And I would have his tail out, same as Vegeta. Obviously, I would turn him back into an adult, like the End of GT, because everyone hated him being a kid throughout the entire thing. And I think really that's all that I'd do, but I think Goku would be a lot smarter and calmer now as well. And also, when he goes Super Saiyan 4, his clothes stay the same color, because that was just stupid in the original GT. Didn't make any sense. But yeah, that's all I'd really do for Goku's character. Next up on the chopping block is Piccolo. Now, this is where things get a little weird. So Piccolo, at the end of GT, became the new guardian of Hell. So, he's the new ruler of Hell. So, here's where I would put Pikkon in the movie. I would give Pikkon a cameo in Hell with Piccolo, and Pikkon just takes things over while Piccolo's gone. This is where I would kind of mention Pikkon. And then, obviously, Goku and Vegeta could visit Hell and grab Piccolo through Goku's instant transmission, because obviously if Goku's allowed to visit Earth for an immense threat that could destroy the universe, then Piccolo would be as well. I'm sure I would say that he'd bring Pikkon along with him, but if he doesn't bring Pikkon along with him, then he has no one to watch over Hell and all of the evil souls. So Pikkon would stay in Hell and take care of that, and Piccolo would go with Goku and Vegeta to see what this new threat is. And this would be the first time we see the main gang back together in almost all of GT, which shows you that it's a real threat. This next change is simple, kind of compared to the rest. Frieza would just be brought back before the events of the Shadow Dragon arc and go unnoticed until later on. Basically, he escapes. Either he's revived and wishes for Cell to be revived as well, or he and Cell escape Hell and begin training to defeat Goku. Now, Cell and Frieza are very close in GT, so I assume that they would team up. But obviously, since it's GT and Cooler exists in this universe, I believe that Frieza would achieve a second form opposed to a golden form. Well, not a second form, I mean a fifth form. Cell, on the other hand, he's just as simple as Frieza. He's still same personality and everything. All that changes is that he achieves Super Saiyan 4. He realizes that he has a tail, and that's what he needs to achieve the form. Turns into a great ape. Easily perfects it. So we have Super Saiyan 4 Cell. So, yeah, that's all I did for Cell, really. The start of the battle in this movie is going to be very similar to Revival of F, except it's just going to be Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo fighting all the Frieza soldiers up until Frieza's big reveal. Cell and Frieza big reveals of Broly. Next on the list, we need to reveal the anticipated, hyped up reveal of Super Saiyan God Vegeta. This one's pretty easy. I just replaced that with Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. It could happen pretty much the exact same way. If not, it would be hyped up just as much, if not even more. And yeah, that one's pretty simple. I think any Dragon Ball fan would think that's self-explanatory. Now, it is possible that because Goku absorbed the dragon, that he has God Ki and that he could still use God Bind. I was more comfortable with just creating an entirely new technique. So, similar to Goku's Dragon Fist, I call this move Dragon Bind. It's exactly the same as God Bind, except for instead of binding someone with your aura, you bind them with the dragon that comes out during the Dragon Fist. It coils around you like a snake and squeezes you and holds you in place. Now, the battle with Broly would be pretty much exactly the same as the one in the original. Just Super Saiyan God is replaced with Super Saiyan 3, and Super Saiyan 4 is replacing Super Saiyan Blue. That's really the only difference. We will also see other things from GT brought back, like the Gallic Kamehameha that they do against Broly is replaced with a 10 times Final Shine and little details like that. But, other than that, really no difference here. Just Vegeta and Goku as Super Saiyan 4 is fighting a Super Saiyan Broly, who is very enraged. The same thing happens as it did in the original. Goku and Vegeta have to instant transmission away from Broly to devise a strategy, and there, Goku reveals that during all his time in Otherworld, he did more training with the Kais, and thus he has his own pair of Potara earrings. He quickly offers the other to Vegeta, which Vegeta, of course, reluctantly agrees, but they do decide that fusion is the best option, and that after their experience with Omega Shenron, the dance may not be enough. Once again, this is where we have to substitute. So, the big reveal of Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta in Dragon Ball Super is replaced with the big reveal of GT Vegeto. Yes, Vegeto shows up in base form, goes Super Saiyan, and then Super Saiyan 4 during the battle with Broly. Now this, again, is an equally hyped up thing that's an easy submission. Like, I really think these two things are interchangeable. Considering that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta already had his debut and Vegeto doesn't appear at all in GT. So I think that this is a really cool little nod there. This fight would be very interesting because this will be the first time we see Vegeto take someone seriously. Vegeto goes all out, and we even get to see a times 100 final Kamehameha, as well as a times 10 Spirit Sword, and a few other cool new techniques. But the main thing is that Vegeto doesn't attempt any kind of killing of Broly. He believes that Broly's a good guy, so he leaves Broly and allows him to escape. The wish to take Broly back to Vampa will happen in the original, and when Cell and Frieza try to intervene, they are quickly stopped by Vegeto. And after seeing the immense power of the fusion, never seeing anything like this before, they both quickly make a hasty retreat. Neither of them, even with their combined new strength, is enough to face this mighty new foe, so they leave to do more training. At first, Frieza is in despair because they don't have their own set of earrings to fight the fusion, but then Cell draws attention to what they both witnessed from Hell, the fusion dance, and they immediately begin practicing to get their revenge soon enough. So then we see a brief glimpse of the fusion Cellza. And now, to put it plainly, we've reached the end of our film. However, it's slightly different this time. You see, we get two main things at the end of this movie. Not only do we get Goku accepting his Saiyan DNA and finally telling Broly to call him Kakarot, accepting who he is, Vegeta does the same. Vegeta snickers and rolls his eyes, and he simply says, "His name is Goku." Vegeta has accepted himself as an Earthling and a Saiyan, and Goku has done the same, just not in that same order. They both now truly are best buddies, because they recognize each other as the same thing. And Broly's very excited to have two other, Saiyans to train with. But that is what brings our story to a close. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys would have done anything differently, and let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this, where I just kind of sit down and do little open-ended theories and stories like this. And if you guys would like to see a part 2 of how, GT characters would handle other things in Super, like maybe the Tournament of Power or the Goku Black arc, let me know. I'd be happy to continue and make this a series. Maybe do 2 or 3 parts. And obviously, if you have any what-ifs of your own that you'd like me to do next, give me a heads up of that as well. These are really fun because I get to sit down and theorize and talk to my friends about how it would go, and also Photoshop cool little slideshows like this for you guys. So, by all means, let me know. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. My name is OrangeBocketPlays/VA. As always, I will see you in the next video. At ease, my Orange Troopers, and peace.